Yo, what's going on, guys? Michael Jordan, or the Copy Dog here, back with another Overwatch League video. And today is going to be a different kind of video. So I was watching the LA Valiant versus Washington Justice game last night because I was excited to see how Sleepy would do. He did pretty good, but that's not the point. The point was I was trying to determine where would I rank this support duo in the league. And then I realized I myself don't even have a ranking list of who is the best and who is the worst support duo. So today I thought it'd be fun to go through all the support duos and name them from worst to best, in my opinion, of course. And I felt like this would be a fun video to make, so let's just hop right into it. So I have the list on the right here. You guys won't be able to see it, but I'll put it on the screen for a little bit. So I have them from rank 1 to 20 based on the playoff standings, like actual playoffs, not just this stage. And I'm just going to go through each of them and rank them to what I think they are. This is, I haven't put any thought into this. I just wrote them all down, and let's just do this. So who do I think is the worst support duo? This is both take into account their record and how I think they can do, especially for like the new one, like Ark and Sleepy. So let's just go through this. So I think Onimo and Jonak are going to be a top, definitely. I think all these top teams, I'm just going to go down the list. Okay, for number 20, I'm going to put Chris. I'm just going to put Florida Mayhem. So Chris and Hagopen, I'm going to be putting at number 20. I just have not been that impressed at all with the support duo. Hagopen has had some shining moments on Ana, but other than that, this duo has just not been cutting it, especially for Overwatch League level. This is really hard. Okay, so for number 19, we are going to do Houston Outlawz, which is Boink and Raucus. I think Boink is somewhat of a decent Lucio, but I think a lot of these other Lucio players are a lot better than him. And then I think Raucus is just not that good. He is good on Ana, but I mean, you have to be a good Zen, and he's honestly one of the worst Zens in the league. So I think Hagopen's a better Zen than what Raucus is. So I think that this is a good place to put them compared to all these other support duos. At number 18, we are going to do Hangzhou Spark, which is IDK and Bebe. Bebe is a really low Zenyatta player compared to a lot of these other Zenyatas, and IDK is a good player, but I mean, I don't think he's a top Lucio. So compared to all these other ones, it's like, this is hard because this is all opinion, but just from what I've seen, I have not been impressed with IDK and Bebe that much. At number 17, we are going to go with Guangzhou Charge. I think Shu is an insanely good Zenyatta, but a lot of these other Zenyatas might be better. But I think this also falls on Chara, who is a bottom Lucio. Like, he's been dying first a lot in team fights, and if you just watch him, he hasn't been impressive. And I think he's the worst player on the team by far, which I've said in videos before. So I think I have to put Guangzhou Charge at 17, which hurts because they're one of my favorite teams, but I think it's just the truth. It's the truth. Their support line Shu is really good at times, but it's just overall, it's just not that good. For number 16, I'm going to put the Chengdu Hunters. Now, I think from this point on, from 16 and up, it starts to like be a more balanced effort, if that makes sense. I think these players are all good in their respective rights. So number 16, I'm going to put Chengdu Hunters. I think Yvettal is a really good, he's a really good main support, but I think this more is because of Kyo, who just hasn't been the most impressive Zenyatta in the league. Like, at the World Cup, it was Sky who was playing that flex support role, and I think he looked really good then compared to what they have now. And they could have picked up Sky, who was a former Shanghai Dragons player, but I just don't think Kyo's been cutting it to put this team any higher than the 16th position. Okay, at number 15, I'm going to put Toronto Defiant. Neko looked good last season, but so far this season, he's had some good moments, but just overall, has just been looking like a weaker support player. And then Roki at times, I mean, they sub out Roki at times because he's doing so bad they sub him out for aid. And I don't think that helps any because they're practicing with Roki. So I just don't see this support duo being any better than 15th when all these other ones are so much better. But I still think that they are good support duo and they do have potential, but I don't think that they're better than all these other ones. Okay, at number 14, I'm going to put Paris Eternal, which I want to put them higher, like super badly. And like I think from 14 to 12, I think these are all going to be tied in my eyes, but I just have to put them in an order, so I'm going to throw them in this one. Subbing out Hip for Gray has worked immensely so far. I think Gray is the far superior support in that role, and Cruz has started to look more like his World Cup self in this stage particularly, and I think that they can become even better when they build more synergy. So I'm excited to see the support duo continue to play together, and I think that they can be ranked higher as time goes on. At number 13, we are going to put Shanghai Dragons. Luffy and Como, they are a solid support duo, but I think that they're just like a mid of the pack. I don't think that there's anything amazing about them, but they're not doing bad essentially. So I think that that's a good spot to put that team. Yeah, okay. At number 12, we're going to put Boston Uprising. Now, AimGod has looked very good, yes, but I feel like he's also had times where he was the problem of the team, and that's why they would lose a series. And Kellex has looked better than last season, but I don't think it's enough to push him higher than all these other Lucio players that are better than him essentially. So even though I'm putting him at number 12, I still think that this is a very good place to be as a support duo, and I think that they are a good support duo. At number 11, we're going to put the LA Valiant. This is one that I can see them going higher as time goes on, but they do have one of the worst records so far right now in the league. Even though I know Custa didn't play for 7 of the matches, so technically Custa is what, 2-1 right now? I think that's what LA Valiant are. Yeah, Custa's 2-2 as of right now, which is pretty good because he didn't, for some reason they were playing Kuki, but I can see this duo doing a lot better over time. But as of right now, I think that 11 is a good spot to put them. Yeah, okay. At number 10, I'm going to put Seoul Dynasty. I'm tied in between 3 teams right now of where to put at number 10, 9, and 8. But I'm going to put Seoul Dynasty as being the worst of those 3. But that does not mean that they are not good. What the heck just happened? Okay. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. I hate that it's like uneven. You guys see that? Okay, but Seoul Dynasty, Jesse and Ryojong, they've looked solid, but I think these other ones are just better. It's hard to explain why, but like I don't know. I don't know. I just think Seoul Dynasty, they have a very solid support duo, but I think these other ones are going to be better. And with that, at number 9, I am going to I want to put Washington Justice. Like the higher this list goes, the more I want to put them. But I definitely feel like this duo has the potential to be a top 5. They like Sleepy in my eyes is the best NA Zenyatta in the league. And then Arc last season was probably the best support player in the league. So you'd think putting these two together can be a very good thing, but they are unproven. So it's like, where do I put an unproven team? Do I put them higher than what these other ones have proven to be? Like, I have no idea. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. At number 9, I'm going to be putting Washington Justice. I do believe that this could be a top 5 support duo at the end of it all, but right now they are unproven, but they have potential. So number 9 is Washington Justice, and that one hurts. I want to put them higher, but I just simply can't. And at number 8, we have Atlanta Reign. Now, I think Masa is definitely one of better Lucio players right now in the league. And Dogman has potential still. And I can see this team. I think that they won't be above 6th best support duo in my eyes. But they probably won't be below 12th simply. I just think that they are a pretty solid duo together. And I feel like this is where they're going to stay. But they are solid. Like this is a good support duo. Which brings us to 7. 7 left. So I'll read the teams off of the 7. There's New York with Animo and Jonak, Vancouver Titans with Slime and Twilight, San Francisco Shock with Moth and Violet, LA Gladiators with Big Goose Shaz, Philadelphia Fusion with Neptuno Boombox, then London Spitfire with Nush and Badoshin, and Dallas Fuel with Closer and Unco. And just reading those off, number 7 is going to be Phil. I don't want to spell this wrong. Fusion. Oh, my God. It's Philadelphia, not Philadelphia. Okay, so it's Philadelphia Fusion at number 7. They are a good support duo, but if you read all these other Zenyatta players, I think that Boombox is the worst of the 7. And then I think the same thing goes with the Lucio role. But that 7 is really not a bad spot. This is a extremely solid support duo. They got to the finals last season. That just shows how good that they can be together. And Philadelphia Fusion at number 7. At number 6, we are going to put London Spitfire. They have at times looked shaky, especially Badoshin, but I feel like this stage they've been really impressive, especially with the game that just happened today with the Boston versus London Spitfire. Badoshin played out of his goddamn mind. And that's a really good telling sign of what this team's potential is. And yeah, London Spitfire at number 6. It's a good spot to be. Number 5, we are going to do the LA Gladiators. Big Goose and Shaz, the Finnish duo, are extremely good. And they've been playing together for what, like 2 or 3 years now? Something crazy like that. This is my favorite team. But I feel like 5th is extremely good. I feel like all these, from Philadelphia Fusion to number 1, you can make an argument for all the support duos that they are the best. So LA Gladiators at number 5. This is they are extremely good. I feel like Shaz is probably still one of their best players, but I feel like this is one of the more consistent duos. I feel like they work really well together, and I feel like they can get even better when their records start to become better. And at number 4, we have the Dallas Fuel. I don't know why I just put Fuel. We have the Dallas Fuel. Unco really impressed me last season. I thought he was probably one of Europe's best flex supports. And then adding Closure, someone who was on the championship team of last season, definitely makes it even better. And I feel like they've worked super well together. And I love watching this support duo. Like, they're one of my favorites to watch. And I can't wait to keep watching them. They are really good. At number 3, because now we have the big 3. We have San Francisco Shock with Moth and Violet, Slime and Twilight, and Anima Jonak. Number 3, we are going to put Vancouver Titans. I spelled Vancouver right. But oh dude, this is so hard. All 3 of these support duos are the best in their roles, but I feel like if you were to look between Animo, Moth, and Slime is probably the weaker of the 3. And especially if you look at that final of stage 1 and you compared Slime to Moth was doing so much more compared to Slime. And I feel like the same goes with Violet and Twilight. Violet is just a nut. Twilight is also a nut, but Violet is nuttier. So yeah, I feel like Vancouver at number 3, because I think Jonak's still the best in the league, and I think Animo is the best Lucio in the league. This one, all 3 of these are just amazing, but I feel like San Francisco's and New York's are better, which means at number 2, we are going to put the San Francisco Shock. And I feel like if Moth was Korean and could speak Korean, he'd be on the New York Excelsior. You know, he's just that good. Like, I don't know how he wasn't picked up before halfway through season 1, because he wasn't picked up till either stage 2 or 3. I don't remember, but they had Doc playing that role before, and Moth just elevated their play a lot more. And then Violet, talk about rookie of the year, and honestly, you could make a case that he could be the player of the year. He's been playing out of his mind, like highest damage per 10 minutes on Zenyatta, stuff like that. He's just crazy at every single thing. And you could tell that he still makes some hiccups there and here and there, but he is crazy. Which means at number 1, we are going to put New York Excelsior. I don't think this is a surprise. Animo, I've said numerous times, is the best Lucio, and I think he's one of the best players on their team. And Jonak is the best flex support in the league right now, so I don't think that that is up for debate at all. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys would change about this list. This is mine for support duos. If you guys would like me to do, I don't think DPS would work that well for this, but if you guys would like me to do tanks, I'd be super interested in doing that. And you know, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. So thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy Overwatch League content, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.